Hey guys, welcome back to Movie Buffs, a podcast where we talk about all things movies, TV in Kenya and beyond. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host Koi.
That was very eloquent. You said that was like butter when you said that. You said,
Nice.
"Welcome to Movie Buffs, a podcast where we talk about." That was very silky smooth. I don't know. Maybe you're thinking that you're on a different kind of podcast. No, I loved it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah, man.
Always happy to be here, as per usual. I made a joke in a previous episode about how we always just say the same thing. Like, we're so happy to be here, guys.
Literally, yeah.
No, but we love it.
We really
It's
are,
true.
though.
Yeah, we really do.
All right, well, as we're doing our whole movie thing, you have some exciting news
I do.
outside of that.
I do, yes.
Yeah.
I recently found out that I'll be going to the Toronto International Film Festival. Yay to me. Everybody
Let's
clap.
go.
Everybody in the studio clap for me. Yay.
The one other person who can clap.
Right. I live for the applause. No, yeah, it's super cool. They have a media inclusion program where they essentially give stipend to non-white, let's say, minority, if you will.
It was like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love the term minority, and they also they're gentle about it. They don't want to say if you're not white, not rich, you know what I mean. It is it's for typically for writers who are not don't have access to such film festivals, whatever.
Yeah.
But they package it in a nice way, and they very much they're like, oh yeah, you're talented, all that stuff. But we know what time it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will happily take my
You know what time
opportunity.
it is.
But yeah, I'm super excited. I loved going to Sundance earlier this year. It was such an incredible experience. It was very, very cold. I'm excited. This one's in Toronto in September, so it'll be nice, late summer, early fall weather. So not that weather is that big of a deal, but honestly, the cold in Sundance was something different. But aside from all that, I do love seeing up and coming films. I love seeing debuts. I love just the energy of it.
Crazy opportunity.
Thank you so much.
And even after going to Sundance, that's wild. Now you have another crazy.
We out here, baby. We're out here. Catch
but
me on red carpets.
What's happening with the strike, though? The Hollywood strike.
Here's the thing. Even though I am super excited about TIFF and I'm like, okay, amazing. Yeah, I'm making all these plans. This strike is really fucking up my plans, man. Because I've been talking to a lot of editors who are like, oh, is it still happening? I don't know. Actors now, I just recently read that they're not allowed to talk about their upcoming projects. So that really messes up my whole interview game because I'm just the whole point that you want to talk to these people, besides what they got going on and who they are, is what they are doing, right? What's coming out in the future. So they can't talk about any of that. That really ruins my game. Yeah. So TIFF they issued a statement saying, hey, we're still gonna do our thing. We're hoping that, for a quick resolution, which won't happen. But yeah, so let's see. I'm hoping that it won't affect my ability to go, and we're staying positive, guys. Buffers out there, cross your fingers, your toes, your dreads, your braids, whatever you got. Because I'm really trying to go to this festival, man. I love going to film festivals. Yeah. It's so fun. I love watching movies back to back to back, interacting with celebrities. You don't interact with them.
We'll pray for you
please,
to go.
Please, boy, pray for me. So yeah, speaking of the strike, I don't know if you guys really know what is going on, but we've been talking a lot about it because it does affect our respective industries to a certain extent.
Man,
yeah. So basically, here's how it works, right? So in the boom of Hollywood, let's say circa mid-century, 1950s, 60s, all of these writers, that's when they first created these residual deals, right? Where they sat down, they're like, okay, well, all right, movies actually make a lot of money. That's crazy. Whoa, it's a big business. Whoa. We're probably going to have to figure out how we're going to pay the people involved in creating these movies, right? There has to be some sort of trickle down of profit from millions of people going to the theaters, to these actors, to PAs, to different people who work on set. So they came up with these deals that were pretty fair. They were great, awesome. It gave actors and all these people who work on these sets, but let's focus on actors for the case of the strike, an amount that they'll get for the rest of their lives for that content being showed continuously. So when things then you introduce things like TV, that's when conversations about, okay, how do we pay people for this content that is being viewed over and over and over again? So they came up with these deals. Okay, great, whatever, perfect. That time as well, then we go into later in the 20th century, and we get into sitcoms and shows really being popular, and the boom of TV and all that stuff. Then they did a similar thing, right? Of figuring out, okay, what are these deals for these actors who help create these shows, and these show creators and all the people involved in these projects. Yeah. Bam, perfect. So the actors who let's even say I would say late 20th century, around 70s, to 90s, people who did content then, they're good right now. because they still have those really generous deals that they got from like big major studios back when studios were making money and everything was hunky-dory and it was all great, whatever.
Yeah. And then now, like, when those shows get licensed to like other like streamers and stuff like that.
Yeah, so streamers is where now the business popped a little bit because we were in a really good groove. Like residuals.
Real quick, I'm wondering, like you said, okay, like people who are in like TV series in like the 90s and stuff before streaming, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just wondering, like, before streaming, and if up until now you're getting residuals from that. So like, how are you getting residuals? Like, if a show that's not on the air anymore, and like, how are you still getting, like, how does...
If your show's not on the air, you're not getting residuals. So, but a lot of these, like, I know I'm talking about like shows like Friends, like those kinds of shows, they're always playing. Like, they're always playing on some network, like whether it be like, you know, like the last big networks that are remaining, they're always playing. So like they still get residuals. But to your point, if the show just stops running, then there's no residuals. Yeah, you get it based off if it's airing and the views that it gets and how often it's played and all that kind of stuff, which is obviously connected to the views. So yeah, so to recap in this very messy description, early mid 20th century, when movies were just become popular, these big studios, there are a handful of them, they're making crazy money. They came up with these deals on how to pay these actors, and they came up with the concept of residuals and how to pay actors for a long period of time for the content that they kept on playing. There was yet another renaissance later on in the 20th century, now getting to like 70s, 80s, 90s, where then you have like the boom of sitcoms and things like that. They had now another determining conversation and figuring out, okay, how do we get residuals now, like with TV and like replays and all that stuff. Yeah. You with me? You with me? Dope. Streaming then happened. With you. Yeah, we're with you. We're together. Streaming then happened. Then the bubble was burst because folks like Netflix just came in and they were like, yeah, we're just going to like, they just made deals directly with these studios who technically own the content, right? And they're getting the biggest cut out of everybody from this content. And they made deals with them, right? They're like, okay, we'll give you this one-time fee of like X million dollars for Gilmore Girls or whatever the show is. And then that's it.
Yeah.
And obviously these studios pocket the majority of the money. And so these actors and other people involved in the show get very, very little. That compounded with now on the writer side of things, the industry has changed as well because, you know, like the days of now having like a 25 episode season doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like what ends up happening is that writers' rooms, which is the room in which writers get together and they come up with shows and then write the shows.
You'd be busy for most of the year.
Yeah. So like now they're shorter, right? So instead writers, let's say like in the 90s, writers would only need to work on like 2 shows a year, because that would actually take up a year of their time and also pay them enough of a yearly salary. Now, like it's like writers have to take like 6 shows a year just to get by because the writers' rooms are getting shorter, episode seasons are shorter. So that's how the industry has like affected them. And so streaming also didn't account for, again, like them getting any kind of money from their content being on streamers.
Yeah.
So that's really why the strike is happening, because actors and writers are like, listen, like this is crazy. Like I could be on a show like The Office, for example, that's consistently the #1 show on Netflix. Like it always has its chunk of time where it's #1, and those actors don't get a penny from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mandy Moore, wonderful actress, wonderful singer, on one of the most popular network shows in like the last decade, This Is Us, her residual checks are like a penny, like $1.
That's wild.
And she's like a major, like that's a major film star.
Yeah.
And I was watching a really interesting video that was talking about, like, you know, like we all think that actors and actresses are all like extremely wealthy and living the life and everything, but that's only like 0.001% of actors in Hollywood. Like the majority of them are fucking struggling, and people that would surprise you, people who have been in things, like people who like have prominent and are consistently working, like those people. So that's what's going on with the strike. So I don't know if there's a lot that we can do as people who are not a part of SAG or AFTRA, or I think they're combined now. But yeah, that's what's going on. I hope that helped. I hope you guys understand it. Support actors, support writers. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's like a GoFundMe. Like, I don't know if we can like donate money.
Yeah,
like,
man.
That's what's going on. They deserve what they need.
Yeah. I just feel like, man, just let these guys get paid, man.
Let these guys get paid.
You know, us, we're still trying to watch shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're gonna get to a point where there's nothing coming out of America, man.
We were just talking about it. Like in the US, like we're not gonna have like our TV shows. We're gonna have to wait till 2025.
And I was saying, like, you see, unless it starts happening now in like the UK as well, those guys, their shows will be like, they'll just be at the front, you know, because they're not striking, right?
Yeah, but you see, my question then becomes: there's still the issue is the streamers, though. Like, even though like Squid Game's a Korean show, but it's on Netflix, so I'm guessing that they have the same problem. That like I don't know.
But like it's happening in America though, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I haven't heard it from any other.
Yeah,
country.
I don't think so. I would actually be really curious, and that's something that maybe is worth research into, because I don't know how it's affecting people outside of, because so many of these people, like, they get into these deals like with these streamers. So I'm like, oh, so they probably are actors getting paid out there. If you know, let us know, because I'm like, I would be very intrigued.
I mean, I'm assuming it's the same thing, but in America, they're just like actually doing something about it.
Yeah, that's what I feel like, right? Like, I feel like, because American culture is so much like, we the people, like, like revolt, because it has to be the same case outside of the U.S.
Definitely, yeah.
And I also feel like I've also seen like non-American actors like out there
also doing it too,
yeah.
Because they're also employed in America.
They're, you know what I'm saying? They're employed, and they're also like, they work with these streamers, so they know what's up.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the strike, but that's not the full episode today. We have other things to talk about. We are revisiting one of my favorite kind of MovieBuffs episodes, This or That.
Yeah.
If you don't know, This or That is where we compare two movies, in this case actors for a special edition, that are similar in a similar space. And then we pick which ones are superior.
Yeah.
And as always, our opinions are 1,000% right. Yours are 1,000% wrong. Deal with it. Okay, shall we get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So the first one is actually the first one that I thought about when we were planning this episode. And it's Viola Davis versus Angela Bassett. This is a good one. They're there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're forces. They be crying on screen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They kind of have a similar identity in, like, this, it's like black woman actor, been in a lot of shit, like,
yeah, like
big
actors,
roles, real
big roles,
actors, like dramatic actors,
dramatic actors,
yeah.
Tears from the nose and the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Drama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trauma on screen. Yeah, so it's interesting. So we have Viola. Let's go through a few of her most notable projects. She has How I Get Away with Murder, which was iconic. A great follow-up to Scandal. Did really, really well. Have you seen that show?
I've not seen either.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
You haven't seen Scandal?
No.
For real?
No.
Damn, where you been?
I don't even know what it's about.
I'll show you an episode. Scandal's so super quick.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, what's her name? Kerry Washington is her name. Kerry Washington plays this, like, she's like in DC, and she owns this like firm, and it's all people who like help cover up scandals and stuff for like politicians. And anyways, drama ensues. So How to Get Away with Murder, Viola Davis plays she plays a lawyer, a criminal lawyer who just she's like a dirty lawyer. I don't know if that is like a term. There's like, dirty cop, but is there dirty lawyer? I don't know.
Like the guy from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, her ethics are questionable. Let's say there. So it's her, and then she has these she's also a law professor.
Yeah.
She has these like law students, and they just get into chaos. That's what the show is about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then what other Viola Davis projects are there? Was she in The Help?
The Help?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her, right?
That was her, right?
Yeah, that was her.
Yeah, I'm tripping.
Yeah,
like The Help, Fences, like so many things. I love Viola.
I've never seen Fences. Have you seen it?
I've seen clips of it. Yeah,
I've
seen so many clips. I feel like I've watched the movie. Do you have movies like that? Tell us what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can basically watch movies on TikTok.
Yeah.
They have like part 33.
Yeah. Fun fact, I went to a college with Viola Davis's niece. She calls her Auntie Vi.
Big flex.
Big flex. Anyways, yeah, okay, that's Viola. To me, it's almost hard to like pick out particular projects. Like, to me, she's such a force. Like, she just be like given the torture. Like, it's hard for me to pick out one. I feel like I've been watching her my whole life, just like killing these dramatic roles, like really being such a scene stealer, a real force. That's Viola. Let's go to our girl Angie. Angela Bassett, obviously adore her in American Horror Story. She's fantastic. I love that for her. Then we have iconic stuff like What's Love Got to Do with It?
Yeah.
other stuff.
She's been in like everything.
I said
man.
fill
like,
in the blank.
Yeah, she was in. She was even Biggie's mom in Notorious.
Biggie's mom, you know what I'm saying? She also was Keke Palmer's mom in Akilah and the Bee. Don't forget Miss Akilah and the Bee.
That's a slap. That's a classic.
That's a classic.
Yeah, that's a throwback.
Keke Palmer also does the best impersonation of Angela Bassett. Have you seen it?
No.
She does her from. I'm gonna try and do it, but like no one make fun of me. She does it like there's a scene in I think it's The American Dream. She plays Joe Jackson's wife in that movie, and there's this part where she goes, "You's a lie and you's a cheat." And she does it so well. That's my impersonation of it, which is not bad. Thank you. Call me for the Oscar. Anyways, all right. So
you said no one should make fun of you. I think you guys should make fun of her for that.
That's not nice to say. I murdered it. Anyways, all right. So between Angela Bassett and Viola Davis, who would you pick? Who do you think is the superior?
Well, honestly, I haven't seen so many things with Viola Davis.
Mm-hmm.
I can honestly only think of The Help, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm definitely picking Angela Bassett, especially because of her being in American Horror Story. Like season 3 and season 5, she killed it, man.
Yeah.
But I'm choosing Angela Bassett, man.
Yeah.
You
know, I love Auntie Vi, but I also feel like I'm choosing Angela Bassett. I just feel like Angela Bassett has a really unique range in her career. And I'm always very excited about what she's going to do next. I feel like Viola Davis is a little, like, she's very much in the, like, powerful Black woman lane, like with Woman King and things like that. Love that for her. We love Auntie Vi. But I think I am more attracted to Angela as a performer because she does tend to have different kind of projects.
Isn't she, sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, no, I agree. Because, like, she's also in, she's in like those she's in Black Panther even. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and listen, Auntie Vi, she ripped. Auntie Vi got cut. She's cut. And I love her power, and I love it, and I respect it. But I do think that Angela Bassett does have a little bit more diversity in her career. Just a little more, and she's a little bit more unpredictable of an actor, exactly. Which I enjoy.
You'll see her in places where you never expected her.
Yes. Okay, great. Moving right along. Next we have, we love a soft side Black character. So this is the ultimate battle of that kind of character. We have Megan Good and Lauren London. Yeah. I just love them because they're not giving us too much. You know what I mean? Pretty face. What else?
You know what I mean?
Maybe we'll get like a little misty eye. What else?
Yeah.
Nothing really, right?
Saying? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not a whole lot going on. Usually
maybe like a stank face, one of these.
Yeah.
That's all they'll do. And I'm like, yeah, girl, give us nothing.
When I think of Lauren London, I literally just think of like ATL. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's not to like throw shade at Lauren London, like we love her, but like that to me is like probably the most that she can give. Like she was doing an accent, you know what I'm saying? I mean? Like, and that's all you're gonna get from these girls. And we then she was in
what was that thing called with Jonah Hill?
Yeah, You People. If you guys missed our episode on it, make sure that you check it out because it's not a great movie, and it had too much talent for it to be that bad. Disappointed by Jonah Hill.
That's why I'm wondering. Okay, now I'm even thinking like what all has Megan Good been in?
No, that's like so true. I feel like I've seen her so many times.
She was in Think Like a Man.
Yeah. Megan Good's a little forgettable.
You know, because I don't know. Like, what movie is there where she's like the main character?
Never. She's never the main. She's somebody's girlfriend always. Yeah. She's always somebody's girlfriend. Just always.
Side character. Yeah.
Side character, or she's somebody's like someone's lusting after her. Like she's like the dream girl. Literally. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's interesting. I think. Yeah, what do we know her from?
You know,
Think Like a Man is what I gravitate towards.
Me too.
And even in that, she really gives nothing.
She wasn't really a main character like that. Was she?
I mean, Think Like a Man's an ensemble cast.
Yeah, so but was she part of that like main group though? Like that?
Yeah, she was.
Like, I haven't seen that movie. I haven't seen that movie in a while.
What's his name?
Wasn't she with Chris Brown?
Nah.
Well, who was that though?
Who was that though? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like my dark skinned guy. You know what I'm talking about? That guy.
Morris Chestnut?
Is his name like, it's like Romeo? He has a weird name.
It said Morris Chestnut.
Stand by. I'm going to figure out who it is right now.
Because I actually don't know what else Megan Good has been in. If you guys know movies that Megan Good is in, please tell us, man.
No, please tell us, because like,
we clearly didn't do research on this.
clearly didn't. Okay, we're standing by. The name's not coming up. Anywho, let's get to deciding.
It's not Morris Chestnut.
It's not Morris Chestnut. When you see him, he was in, I think he's like friends with like Kevin Hart, and like he was in Husbands of Hollywood. Anyways,
oh no, I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about, guys.
If
We're gonna have his face up here in some sort of final editing so that you guys can.
If you've seen Weeds, you know who I'm like. It's that nigga, man.
I know.
He's usually bald, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. He's like short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this guy. He's really
funny. You know
funny.
who I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's really funny.
Yeah, he's
man.
really funny.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He has a really weird name like Romy or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh no.
I digress.
I actually never know his name, but he's funny, man.
Okay, yeah. We'll find his name later. Anyways, because we will really ramble on if we don't.
So who are you choosing between the two?
I think
it's a tough one.
I think I'm choosing Lauren London.
I'm choosing Lauren London.
Yeah.
Because literally just because of ATL. And it's like it's not like she was doing some crazy acting. She was just there, you know what I mean? But that's just to me, that's like a classic movie.
Also,
you know?
Lauren London just has like a classic face. Like honestly, I think her most notable roles are in like music videos. Like to be totally honest, like I think of her in the front end music video with Pharrell.
Then the one with Nipsey.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Lauren London, right?
Yeah, Lauren London.
Yeah. All right, next up, it's the battle of the funny white men. We got Paul Rudd versus Jason Segel, which is one that I came up with, which I'm very proud of. Because if you might not think about it, but if you think about their careers, you're like, oh, yeah. You know what I mean? They actually have a very similar arc. They're both in iconic 90s things, Clueless, Freaks with Geeks. They both had a very strong 2000s, 2010s runs with things like
in a lot of similar movies.
You know what I mean? Like How
Judd
I Met
Apatow
Your Mother, all the Judd Apatow things, all of that stuff. Yeah. So he's been in a bunch of stuff. This one I feel like is a debate. Yeah, because I love me some Paul, but I love me some Jason. And we love Shrinking. Have you guys watched Shrinking? Shrinking is a really great show. If you really haven't seen it, stop everything that you're doing and watch it. It's a really wonderful show.
I think, that's a good idea. Just like comparing them also on the recent things. Yeah. Yeah, because like, okay, you can look at Shrinking. Yeah. And then, what was that show?
Living with Yourself.
Yeah, man.
He's great in that.
Such a good show.
It was such a good show, and Paul Rudd was acting in it, and he was given drama. Yeah. He was given fight scenes.
Yeah, man. No, that shit, like, I had never seen Paul Rudd like in something like that. Yeah. Like it's like his vibes, but like he was doing a bit more
elevated. Yeah. Which is how I feel about Shrinking too. To me, it's Jason Segel elevated, which is why I feel like they're actually the same.
They're really on par. That's a tough choice, honestly.
Honestly, I don't even know what my answer is low key. Like I didn't even really think about it before this. I'm
gonna say Jason Segel.
I thought you would say Jason Segel.
Yeah, because that guy just kills me, man. He's too funny, man. Like I find him funnier than Paul Rudd. It's close, but I find
this
him
makes me really sad because I really do love Paul Rudd, and like Paul Rudd.
He's
let me even talk to the.
You know, this is actually hard, man.
It's hard.
It's actually hard, but I think I'll choose Jason Segel, man.
Let me just, man.
I don't know. No, I don't know, but yeah, I'll just go with Jason.
Let me send a message to Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd, if you're watching this, I love you so much. I even loved you from The Object of My Affection, which not many people will know. That's a 1998 deep cut. Yeah. But I think I also choose Jason Segel. For similar reasons, he really makes me laugh. I love Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Like, he's so iconic to me. I also have always had a little crush on him. I don't know why. I like something about like a doughy white boy I like. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Forgetting Sarah Marshall is like the best Jason Segel movie.
Also, it's the best breakup movie ever. Yeah, like, if you're in the mood for like a breakup, like fuck this bitch like movie, like is Forgetting Sarah Marshall not the best one ever?
It's the best. And then like
and that was based on a real story.
The characters are crazy. Russell Brand is there.
Russell Brand's insane.
Kirsten Bell, she kills it. Yeah. And then so isn't this now the prequel to Get Him to the Greek?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Funny shit.
Yeah, because Jonah Hill, Jonah Hill's like his same character.
Yeah. And so is Russell Brand, same character.
Yeah, same character. Yeah, I think it's Jason. Sorry, Paul.
Yeah, I'll say Jason as well.
All right, that one was concise. That one was concise. Moving right along to our last pick of the day, sad. Riz Ahmed versus Rami Malek. Will didn't want to do this because he thought that it was racist, which
it's low-key racist.
It's a little bit racist, just like a little bit. But they're not of the same race. I want to make it clear now. Riz is Pakistani and Rami is Egyptian. So we're not saying those things are the same. Justice. We love all of our people all over the place. That's all. Okay. Yeah, these people have similar career. I
Yeah.
really, Will, you were also skeptical too because you didn't feel like Rami could stand up to Riz, which I vehemently disagree.
I didn't think that he couldn't stand up to him. I
Mm.
just thought I've seen Riz in a lot more things.
Yeah.
And I've just seen Riz have a bit more range just because of I've seen a lot more of movies and stuff that he's been in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Rami Malek isn't that guy. Like, he's definitely him, but like, I just haven't seen him in as many things. I've only seen Rami Malek in 4 things.
Mm-hmm.
So one was Mr. Robot. I fucking love that show.
Eight down that role.
As you know, I love that show.
Mm-hmm.
He killed that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Then Bohemian Rhapsody, he killed that shit. So
shit.
that's good range between those two. Really good range.
Great.
But then the only other thing I've seen him is Night at the Museum.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, I haven't seen him like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he's an incredible actor, though. I've just seen Riz in a lot more movies and,
that's fair.
and shows. Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
So would you say that you pick Riz?
See, now that's a hard pick.
It's a hard pick.
I don't know yet. Yeah.
It's a hard pick because I feel like both of these men have incredible range and they have played really unique characters and have like fully embodied them completely. What Rami did with my brain.
Freddie Mercury.
I said Frank Mercury.
Been watching too much Shameless.
We've been watching too much Shameless. What he did with Freddie Mercury was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It
was like he was
ate
him.
that down.
Yeah.
He ate that down. It was so good.
He killed that. That's one of the best biopics.
No, it's honestly, it stands apart all the other biopics, and that's not an easy character to play. So like, I'm holding on to Rami, I think mostly for that. But then also iRobot was also insane. Like, he's playing somebody.
Mr. Robot.
Yeah, I always do. You know, I always do that. I always say iRobot, Mr. Robot. I think, playing somebody like with like a mental illness and with like, mental health struggles, like that's such a hard thing to do, especially with somebody who has like an altered view on reality and like things like, and Rami just like every time that show like plays with it gets me every time. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
He really like,
that's one of my favorite shows of all time.
They're both very stoic people too, and their roles tend to be like very like intense.
Yeah.
So like that's why this is a great choice. It's a great one.
Thinking about it now, it's a hard one, but I will choose Riz.
Mm-hmm.
I'll choose Riz because, honestly, just going off of the different things that I've seen him in.
Yeah. The Night Of really fucked with me.
You know what I really like the Night Of. So when Riz is the star, he really brings it.
Yeah.
And then if he's a supporting actor, he's really good too. Like in Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, he's a star.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then like he's British. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I don't know why. Like I just British actors just jazz me because they can just be Americans and then you don't even know they're British until you like look it up. Like that shit's crazy to me. Yeah. And like, just the different things. I thought he was amazing in what was that movie? The Sound of Metal.
Yeah. Oh, The Sound of Metal was sensational.
That was amazing. Yeah.
He was sensational. That also emotionally affected me. And I feel like Riz like gets
crazy
me
range. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I first ever saw him. I didn't know it was him, but if you're into those hood UK movies from like the 2000s, and if you've seen Ill Manners, he's in Ill Manners. He's the main character in Ill Manners, and like I didn't even realize that was him, like for years. Yeah. But like I don't know, I've just seen him in a lot. I'm used to him. I've been seeing him for years. Like Rami is a newer guy to me.
Yeah.
And I want to see Rami do more. Like, but Rami is actually one of my favorite actors.
Love that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, my friend. What's your pick?
Yeah, I'm picking Riz. Yeah. What's your pick?
I'm picking Rami.
Nice.
I love Rami.
Nice.
That's good that we disagreed.
Is that the first one we disagreed?
I think it is.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nice.
It's good to have a debate, conflict. That's good.
So I remember we were talking about Leslie Mann. I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe you guys can help pick the next actors that we compare because we spent hours on this.
Hard.
We spent hours on this.
Hard.
We're like, oh my god, but like, who could we pair with this person? Melissa McCarthy? Could she go with like Kate McKinnon? What's going on?
For that little short list, it was like 4 hours. Yeah, man. Like it was like 3 hours. Like
at least next time we have to enlist listener help. Listeners, we're gonna put the next one on you. We'll let you know ahead of time before we're gonna do a this or that episode. We're gonna ask you. We're gonna take it to the people because we're a podcast for the people.
Yeah. We want to do more actor comparisons.
It's fun.
It's fun.
And even if you have like movies, TV shows, I love these kinds of episodes. So let us know, help us out.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. It's another episode of Movie Buffs. Oh, you have one? Oh, live. Rick we have one live. Yes. Tell us, Rick.
Rick's got one.
Denzel Washington.
John David Washington.
Yeah, John David.
Yeah.
And
Daniel Kaluuya.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Okay,
Interesting.
okay,
Okay. Let me ask you a quick counter question. I had floated.
Let's see if you guys agree.
Let's see, actually. By the way, we're getting this live, guys. Live in the studio with Movie Buffs. Anyways, so I had presented Denzel Washington and Forrest Whitaker. Will said
what do you guys think about that?
Will did not agree that they match up. That is crazy talk. They are the same. Last King of Scotland? Come on. You know, those, like, the male counterpart. This is the male version to me of Angela Bassett and Viola Davis.
It makes sense.
It makes all the sense.
Because, like, okay. Like, at first, I was like, I don't know. But, like, okay, you know, you have... Denzel does, like, super dramatic things. Forrest has done some, like, I don't know about examples per se. But then, like, things like a biopic. He did Last King of Scotland. And then Denzel has done Malcolm X. You know what I mean? He's done Vantage Point. Denzel's done like Training Day. It's not really the same, but you know what I mean. I guess it makes sense. And then like, yeah, I don't know, like what were you thinking? Because like, okay, there's also one like American Gangster, and then Godfather of Harlem.
Look at you, what you're doing right now. You're even proving my point in real time.
I mean, yeah.
I think about it less of project per project, but I think about like the roles, like a general picture of the roles that they inhabit. Yeah. Both Denzel and Forrest Whitaker, they assume that like man, like intense black character, like, you know what I'm saying, like Idi Amin, Malcolm, like, you know what I mean, these like big, like, you know, they're crying, you know what I'm saying, The Butler, I was thinking The Butler too. You know what I'm saying, like they're the same. They're the same. What do you guys think, since we'll take it out?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys agree that they're comparable.
You can match them.
Good answer.
I feel like Denzel.
There's something slightly different about him, right? Like that's what I was saying. Like,
y'all don't
well,
get
okay,
it.
who are you picking between the two?
Denzel.
Yeah, I'm picking Denzel.
I mean,
I guess that's obvious.
I have like a daddy crush on him. Like, no, all jokes aside, would pick Denzel, because he's Denzel, point blank. Period.
Yeah, American Gangster is like my favorite movie.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah.
So yeah, Denzel.
Yeah, Denzel.
Yeah.
All right, that was a fun surprise edition. Thank you guys so much doing this outro yet again. Thank you guys so much for listening. As always, make sure that you follow us on all streaming platforms at MovieBuffs Kenya. Catch us next week. We love you.
Thanks for listening and watching, guys. Appreciate you.